Om Shanti. This is Sakar Murli of 29th July 2023. Essence, sweet children, take Srimad from Shiv Baba at every step. Give all your news to the Father through Brahma. Question: what is it that, while being children of the one Father, some children have intellect filled with love, whereas the intellect of others have no love? Answer: the children who maintain full connect with Bab Dada, those whose intellect have no doubt about anything and who related their two charts to Shiv Baba through Brahma are the one who with loving intellects. However, if you sunk with the Brahma or your Brahmin teachers due to any reason that do not write to Baba because you think that you have no connect with Brahma and that you only have to remember Shiv Baba, it means that Maya has caught hold of your intellect. Such ones are those whose intellect have no love. Song: my heart says thanks to the one who has given me support. Om Shanti. The Father also gives thanks to the children. The Father thanks to the children who are his helpers and also praise them. You children have now come to know that the unlimited Father has come. The Father enters the impure world. They sing, O purifier, come. When the purifier does come, he could surely come to establish the pure world of heaven, in which very few human beings live. Praise is the song of the pure world. There is no one who calls out the pure world. It is only in the impure world that people call out. Devotees consider themselves to the impure. Truly, it is only in Bharat that there was the pure kingdom of deities. There was purity in Bharat. They was very wealthy and happy. Now they are unhappy. Shiv Baba sits in the body of Brahma and explains. Therefore, you also have to remember the body of Brahma. If children go far away, for instance, if you go back and your hometown, you should write a letter to your unlimited Father, who is also your bridegroom. You have to write to Shiv Baba through Brahma. Shiv Baba cannot hear without Brahma. You have to remember Shiv Baba through Brahma. There are some children who think that they do remember Shiv Baba, thus they have no connection with the Sakar form. Nevertheless, since Shiv Baba is here, you definitely have to write letter to Baba through this one. You have to give your news to the Shiv Baba through Brahma. It is sung that there are those who have loving intellects at the time of the destruction, and there are those who have no love their intellect at the time of destruction. Love from whom? Love for Shiv Baba through Brahma. There are also some who have such foolish intellect that they say that remember Shiv Baba anyway. Shiv Baba says that by remembering him, your boat will go across. But where he is, he is definitely here in his one's body. He is teaching you through this one. How could you write a letter to the incorporeal one? Brides write letter to their bridegrooms. Bridegrooms write letters to bride. From the beginning to the golden age to the end of the iron age, human beings have been writing letters to the human beings. Souls now meet the Supreme Soul, and so they write letters to him. They talk to the incorporeal Shiv Baba, Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. Therefore, they have to stay connection with Brahma through Brahma Baba. Only when you write a letter to Shiv Baba through Brahma could Shiv Baba understand that you truly are remember him. Maya catches hold of the intellect of some so that they become body conscious and they don't even write a letter. They forgot now. At the time of destruction, none of others' intellect have love, whereas the Pandavas' intellect have love. Those people think that the god of the Gita is Sri Krishna. Acha, even if it were the Sri Krishna, you could still have to write to him. You have to write to Shiv Baba. You definitely have to take Srimad. Some says that they do remember Shiv Baba. However, they don't receive advice without a corporeal Baba, Brahma. Very good. And first class children write there that their yoga is with the Shiv Baba and they will continue to help him. And however, you cannot claim your inheritance from the Godfather except through Father of Brahma. You have to take advice at every step. Such news comes to Baba. They sulk with Brahma or their Brahmin teacher, and Maya completely turns their faces away. You should understand that you have to take Srimad from Shiv Baba at every step and ask Baba what you should go under those circumstances. Baba always asks you children whether you have happy and content. One is physical illness, the other is spiritual illness. Some never write to letter to Baba that they are happy and that Maya is not attacking them. Acha, although he knows everything, you still have to take directions from him. Am I right or am I wrong in this matter? When you don't have accurate yoga, you have to go wrong things. The children who have loving intellects at the time of destruction have to come to the Father. The Father is sitting here. There are many those intellects have no love at the time of destruction, and so they become confused and start performing wrong actions. You cannot carry on doing anything without taking Srimad. They cannot reach their destructions on their own without a guide. How can anyone go there if they don't know the way? A guide hand is definitely needed. One needs support when they love learning this fan too. Baba continues to cause you children, even if you have doubt about any aspect, at least stay in the connection with this one. After all, it is through this one that you receive directions from the Shiv Baba has explained. This chariot, that is, this throne, has especially been fixed for the immortal image. Baba says, I take the support of this one's chariot, that is, his throne. Otherwise, I could enter anyone at any time and get the service done that I want done. Baba has experienced. If someone worship Hanuman, I grant him a vision of that. I give him the reward of his devotion. If I grant him a version of Hanuman, his devotion and could be definitely totally of that one. He could only fold on to him. Baba has selected a very experienced chariot. He was a jewel merchant. This is the business of the imperishable jewel of knowledge. Only when I enter this chariot every cycle can I carry out this task. He creates Brahmins through Brahma, just as Christians are created through Christ. The names are very similar. Therefore, I have to enter the chariot of Brahma. I sit here and tell you the story of this one's births. The first birth is that of Sri Krishna. I come at the end of the last of the many births. I tell you all of you these things accurately. If anyone asks, tell them Brahma is definitely needed first, because only then can Brahmins be created through him. The physical father of Hanuman is needed. The father of the humanity cannot exist in the subtle region. Brahma, the father of the humanity, is needed here. I only come in the Bharat when it is the time of the extreme darkness. The devotion of the half-year cycle is now ending. They sang, O purifier, come, if annihilation were to take place. The world cannot become pure. The world inhalation is wrong. I come, then the people of have become the very unhappy and impure. The pure world is the gold and silver ages, and the impure world is the copper and the iron ages. Billions of the human beings now exist here, that many will not be needed in the golden age. They have shown that missiles emerged from the someone's stomach, through which they destroy their own clan. People have said and made up such stories. Nothing emerges from anyone's stomach. This is the work of your intellect. Just see how much happiness being now have through science. Previously, there was no gas or electricity, etc. Baba is experienced. Baba says, I enter in the old body. The body of Sri Krishna is not old. Sri Krishna is not impure. People call out, O purifier, come. Therefore, he surely has to be entered in the impure world and an impure body. There are no pure bodies in the impure world. Here, souls are Tamu Pradhan and their bodies are also Tamu Pradhan. It is said, the golden age and the silver age. First, there is the golden age. There, the souls and the bodies are both pure. Later, souls become impure. I come and make them voiceless. Maya is such that she pulls that the ears of even good, first-class children. They then become the upset with the Brahmin teacher or with the Brahma and develop doubts and leave. Maya turns their faces away. From having loving intellect, they become those who are no love with their intellects. They stop studying with Shiv Baba. Some studies, but they are unable to imbibe knowledge completely. Therefore, Baba says, it doesn't matter, simply make two things fine. You have to go remember Baba. Your intellect should know to hear as well as up there in the form. There is the example of the genie. The Gajini, he said, give me work to do, otherwise I will eat you. Baba says, I will give you the work to remember me. If you not remember me, Maya will eat you alive. You have to make time for remembrance. First of all, make a little time and your practice will even increase. Baba says, remember silent and simply continue to remember me. You know Baba is up there as well as here. We have to return to Baba. You now understand that Baba has come into the one's body. If you don't have remembrance, Maya will eat and alive. There are many stories that have been made up. Previously you were senseless. Baba now explains, when I go back, then become the masters of the world. I talk to you souls. It is soul in the body that passed exams. The Father now says, become soul conscious. While living at home with your families, consider yourself to be bodiless soul. The more you remember the Father, the more you will benefit. This is called yoga. Actually, it is remember the love of your souls for the Baba. You remember him. A lover and believer love each others. They have love for each other's body. Both the lover and the beloved are bodily being. It is as through the beloved in standing in front of the lover. The beloved then sees the lover. You are now lovers of the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. There is the only one beloved, and all the souls are lovers. That incorporeal Father sits here and gives you directions through this corporeal one. You can either see the soul nor the Supreme Soul. Yes, sometimes some are the able to have the vision of the soul. Human beings are not able to understand anything. Baba grants them a vision of the light because they have faith in that. It is said, the light is so bright that I cannot tolerate it any more. Stop it. The eyes become red. Baba explains, I am a star, just as a firefly sparkles. In the same way, the soul comes out of the body like a star. Example of Vivekananda. Whoever people worship, I grant them a vision accordingly. Baba sits and explains, this is your devotion that has continued. So I grant you a vision accordingly. As a soul, so is the Supreme Soul, but he is the ocean of knowledge. Each soul is a living being. All the samskaras are within souls. The Father also has the samskaras of carrying out the task of creation, destruction and the substance. He is the Trimurti. No one knows Shiv Baba, and that is why they have forgotten it puts Shiva, the creator, above the Trimurti. In fact, the Trimurti Shiv Baba is the god of the Gita, but people says Trimurti Brahma. However, there also has to be creator of the Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. The name of the Brahma and Shiv Baba are separate. Otherwise, whom do you call out the creator? No one is able to understand this. The Father comes and explains to the children, you have loving intellects. Those whose intellect have no love become Kauravas. Although they come here, their status become much lower. Whatever they have accumulated in they finished their receiving a low status among the subjects. Just look what you can become by studying this at the present time. Baba says, children, if you want to become deities, you have to renounce bad things like poison. Only the one Father is the true Sadguru who can take you into the liberation and liberation in life. Everyone has to go back at the same time. It is not that someone can live and go away in between. They also have to fly their full parts. Then at the end, they all definitely have to return home like a swans of insects. This is also mentioned in the Gita. However, because it says that they are the versions of the God Sri Krishna, the importance of Gita has been lost. How could you go to the land of liberation if the Father don't come? Later, each of you come at your own time to play your parts. This is a detailed explanation. However, in the nutshell, he says, remember me. That's all. God is the one and all the rest are his children. You have now become the Trilokadarshi. Acha. To the sweetest children, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, Father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First point. In order to remain constantly happiness and content, take advice from the Father at every step. Remember Shiv Baba through Brahma and also continue to give him your news. Second point, never have doubt about anything. Don't sunk with your Brahmin teacher and Father Brahma and thereby stop studying. Keep your intellect constantly full of love. Blessing. May you spread rays of happiness into the world as an embodiment of happiness and become a master son of knowledge. Just as the Father is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of happiness, in the same way, you have to become embodiment of happiness and embodiment of knowledge. Do not just speak about every virtues, but also experience them. When you experience in being an embodiment of happiness, you will then spread your rays to happiness into the world as the soul who is the embodiment of happiness. Just as the rays of the sun spread over the whole world, in the same way, when your rays of knowledge and happiness bliss reach all the souls, you will then be called the master son of knowledge. Slogan. A Brahmin with a divine birth gives the experience of the divinity through his words, thoughts and actions. Om Shanti.